أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
Suzanne is 22 and has been a Muslim for 2 years. She decided to get married 5 months after converting to Islam and now has a baby daughter.
غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
I'm just going to start on the shepherd's pie. I never even thought, you know, in my younger days that I'd even think about becoming a Muslim. And I just started thinking, well, there's got to be more to life than going out and, you know, working, as just what I was doing. And it went from there. I started questioning everything, really. I wanted proofs, you know, and Islam was really the only religion that could offer me proofs of that. And I asked all the questions which I needed to, you know, ask were answered over the course of about 3 months. And then it was just a case of taking that step. As my husband, Imran fulfills the rights of housing your wife, yeah, providing a house for paying. I don't pay anything towards the rent, or if you buy a house, yeah. All my clothes, Imran buys. I mean, that doesn't mean to say I can't go out and buy my own, of course, yeah, but that is a right of the Muslim woman that she's provided for. And the fact that Imran should, I mean, the Prophet used to help his wives in the household, and that should really be shown also, yeah, which Imran does, of course. Not many people would think that a Muslim man would do that, you know, help out his wife and look after the baby. Because people don't actually see Islam for what it is. They tend to see the stereotypes, the cultures. In many cultures, the men won't do things like that. You know, the woman will possibly even be oppressed in certain cultures. But that's the difference between culture and Islam. And in Islam, you know, the woman is not oppressed in any way. Which is, it's just a big stereotype that needs to be broken down, really.
Yes, it's daytime. It's daytime, look. Okay. Okay. Don't give me trouble now. Don't give me trouble. Okay. Okay. One of the things you notice, I mean, this is prior to actually being married, is that there is, you know, subtle underlying racism in society, you know, as opposed to, say, 20 years ago, when people could simply shout abuse and it would be commonplace. Nowadays it's a lot more hidden, you know, and I'm not foolish enough to think that it's disappeared. On the contrary, there is still lots and lots of racism out there. Now, after getting married to Suzanne, I'll admit that I think I did underestimate the level of this in society. On the whole, it's just subtle. It can be, you know, a sly look. A lot of the time it's looks. You know, no one really... I get the impression people are quite wary of Muslims who look like Muslims anyway, so rather than be confrontational, you know, they do what they think they can get away with. You know, I've grown up in a very multicultural environment, and Suzanne hasn't. And now, looking at it from the inside, she can see that apart from the big cities, people aren't used to seeing people like us. You know, there's a place called Clitheroe, which is quite close to here. You know, and, you know, it's a quaint little English village. You know, it's very nice in the summer. You know, lots of tourists go there. And Suzanne used to go there with her family. So, you know, she wanted to share that with me. And, you know, we ended up going there, and we felt very much excluded from what was going on, you know, to the point where, you know, we felt that we were being watched intensely by everyone and anyone. What's wrong? What's wrong? It's done. Everything done. Look.
Imran, as my husband and other Muslim men, shouldn't really go out to have a conversation with another woman. No, if there's no need for it. It doesn't mean to say you ignore the opposite sex point blank, but you're not supposed to get involved in a deep conversation with them where they get to know you, you get to know them, and one thing leads to another. So that's on, you know, that's both for the man and the woman. There has to be an element of modesty for both.
Listen, she's playing up a bit.
Okay. Well, if you pray first, I'll make some milk, feed her, get her settled, and then I'll pray afterwards. Yeah. Come on, sweetheart.
I think she'll go to sleep.
Yeah.
If she does, just join, yeah?
Okay.
Just join the prayer with me.
Okay. I knew Imran before I married him for a matter of weeks, to be honest. I'm not going to say that I wasn't scared at all, because it's a scary thing. But because I was doing it for the sake of you know, my beliefs and the sake of my religion, then that kind of overcame that fear. It's an important thing when you're getting married that you're attracted to that person. It's one of the things that's stated. Beauty is one thing that you take into consideration. And if you're not attracted to the other person, then, you know, I wouldn't marry somebody that I wasn't attracted to.
Cooking is actually an interesting subject because one of the first things that Suzanne said to me, which was born out of a fear of being expected to cook, I think, was that she couldn't boil an egg. I just said, look, you know, we've both got defined roles within Islam, but there's going to be give and take. To be honest, I'm not that fussy with food. You know, I could bear, you know, the odd average meal. She's not listening. You know, for a little while, but you know, to be honest, I'm really proud of her because she's just taken to it like a duck to water. It's just what she does, you know, and she does it very well. You know, Suzanne's got a whole variety of stuff from Caribbean, Mexican, Indian, Italian, English, traditional English dishes, and well, she keeps on surprising me really. I suppose I've been rewarded for my patience, I suppose.
Come on. Yes. Okay, Imran. Yeah? I need to pray. Right, can you take her for me, please? Thank you.
Let's let Mummy pray. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Suzanne and her husband have been invited to a friend's wedding, and Suzanne is keen to integrate her side of the family into her new life.
Are we going to ask my mum to come tomorrow to the wedding? Because you thought it'd be a good idea.
I think it's a good idea because, as of yet, I don't think that we fully involved your side of the family in the kind of the complete way we live our lives. I mean, they're obviously aware that we're Muslim and we practice Islam.
I'll see what she says.
Yeah, I think she'll come.
She might be a bit shocked at the segregation. My mum's been introduced to a lot since I've become Muslim. Beforehand, she probably didn't know much about Islam at all, other than what she saw in our hometown, which was not really any practicing Muslims, just Asians.
Yeah, but isn't that what, you know, communities all over the country see? They see, well, predominantly Asians, Pakistanis, as Muslims, therefore view the religion as that.
Yeah, that's it, definitely. Even my friends thought, you know, mentioned the word, you know, Pakistani and this and that, rather than becoming a Muslim. Yeah.
So they viewed it as you becoming a Pakistani?
Some, yeah.
Taking up the culture and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I appreciate the fact that your family respect me.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Even though they may have had preconceived ideas.
Yeah. That's such a blessing that you get on with my family. I don't know, you know, that's really important to me.
But they've also got issues as well.
Yeah, and the scarf's quite a hard thing, understandably, for my family to, you know, it's a big change and it's a big statement as well. The last thing I want to do is upset my parents through all this, because, you know, the last thing I want to do is cause any friction, so I was brought up Christian, yeah. They didn't expect this, it's just a big turnaround, really. So I can understand it, you know, from going out dressed just as your normal 20-year-old would in this country, to dressing like this. It's like, okay. And then that's what they will see Islam is. I have to dress like this, I can't drink anymore, rather than looking at why I've actually chosen this way, you know, the belief of Islam, you know, why it makes sense to me. But I hope I can understand why, and I hope it'll, you know, come. I hope they can understand one day.